Yes, Portland is chock full of older homes full of charm and character, and sometimes sky-high maintenance costs. So today we're talking about move-in ready new construction homes.
So let's go. My name's Aaron Cullen, and this is Brandon Cullen, and together we have a real estate company right here in Portland, Oregon. Now today we're talking about all the benefits of new construction. Now Portland is known for its character, its older homes, but if you want to get out into the suburbs and have that stress-free purchase experience with very low repairs, then new construction could be a good fit for you guys. And we're gonna get right into it with all those benefits.
So it's actually recommended that homeowners save between 1% and 4% of the value of their home for maintenance costs each year. So just to put that in perspective, if you had a $700,000 home, that's between $7,000 and $28,000.
That's a lot of money.
Maintenance costs. And you're not going to be hit with a $28,000 bill every year, most likely.
Yeah.
But those bigger expenses, like say a new roof or new mechanicals, do come every several years. And one of the benefits of a new construction home is that you're not going to see one of those for quite a while.
And right now we're walking in Southwest Beaverton in a master planned new build community called the Vineyard. Now the Vineyard has 3 different stages, price points, sizes. They have everything from attached townhome style homes that start in the low 400s that go up to single families called the Vineyard, and those start in the high 500s into the mid 700s. And then the third is called the Estates at the Vineyard. And these are examples of homes that are the residences at the Vineyard, which is the mid-level homes that they build. Now I've been through here several times with different clients, and this just gives you a really good example of this master planned community that you can expect to see here in Southwest Beaverton. Also, there's a lot of building going on in Hillsborough and up in Bethany. Right now, we're in Southwest Beaverton. There's a lot of amazing things going on here in this area of Southwest Beaverton.
Beaverton has a great mix of, I would say, young professionals, because this is part of Silicon Forest with high-tech companies. Nike is headquartered in Beaverton. This is the hub of a lot of employment for the whole Portland metro. And so you could be close to work and home in one of these new builds. Beaverton is pretty close to downtown, although depending on your route, there can be some traffic. So that's just something to check into if you're gonna commute into downtown. But it's also close to the zoo and Washington Square Park over there, Japanese botanical gardens. And then on the west of us, there are actually vineyards. So this neighborhood is called the Vineyard. As we were driving out here, we were seeing a lot of signs for Cooper Mountain and some other wineries.
And you can see a little shot here behind us that goes right up the hill here, if you can see that, right up that sidewalk there.
But as you get further west of Beaverton, you are getting into wine country and then the coast. So Beaverton is really well located in the Portland metro and has great schools, good mix, as I said, of young professionals, and then also families and retirees. And so it's suited to a lot of different people. When you have people reaching out interested in Beaverton, and especially in new builds, what types of clients are you seeing who are looking for this type of home?
Usually it's either retirees or young families. So this is a great option for young families. There's a lot of starter homes here, and that's one of the things that the builders are really kind of modeling a lot of their homes to, is young families and first-time home buyers. And they have a lot of incentives that are geared towards that, with lower interest rates, you use their preferred lender, incentives towards closing costs. Definitely reach out to me if you're considering a new build and you want to know, hey, what are some of the packages being offered right now? I'm in touch with several of the different builders. I know what are they offering, at any particular time. They always change with the season, depending on if it's a hotter buyer's market or seller's market. They kind of get rid of some of those incentives. I just had a client buy in this community right near here that they offered half off on upgrades. So any upgrades up to $60,000 So if you got $60,000 in upgrades in the house, they would pay for $30,000 of those.
I was actually just going to ask that because so depending on what stage the home is in construction, these buyers are getting to make decisions about some of the finishes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now with new construction, you can usually get a little bit of a discount if you buy one of the homes that's already completed. The builders will have a certain amount of homes that they're kind of slated to build, and they'll do them in kind of staggered series. So whether you buy it or not, they're gonna go ahead and start constructing a certain amount of homes. So say it's like 10 homes every couple of months, they're gonna start constructing. Whatever's available, they will sell to you, whether it's not built yet, it's just a home site you can pick out, and they'll have some available, and they'll have some that are already built if the market's not super hot, and then they'll start offering a little bit of incentives, maybe even a little bit off of the purchase price if you want to buy one of those that are just ready to go, move-in ready.
So depending on your priorities, like for us, we have a lot of clients who are moving to the area from out of state. Maybe they have a few months up to several months lead time, and they might want to choose a home where they haven't even broken ground yet, and they get to have a lot of say into the ending materials. Versus if you're looking to move, very quickly, then often in a community of this size, there's something that's already available to move into right away.
That's right. So if you need to move in right away, most of the communities are going to have that available, or you want to have it fully customized. And they're going to give you a certain amount of options. You pick one of their types of builds from their packages, and then you can customize what color you want on the interior, tiles you want, the flooring, the lights, how many lights, where you want the electrical outlets. There's a lot of things that you can add and customize. It's not a fully custom house, but within their realm, you can customize
colors and materials.
Exactly.
And just to contrast that with what it's like when you're buying an older home or an already built home and you're going through the buying process, one of the first things that happens after your offer is accepted is that you are ordering an inspection and having that home inspected. And I feel like that is often one of the most stressful parts of the buying process for a lot of buyers, is getting that inspection report back and seeing what the inspector is pointing out for repair. That process can be very different in an older home that maybe hasn't been as well maintained versus a new build. And one of the things that I think you're really good at with buyers when they are buying an older home is walking them through that inspection and showing them that sometimes it's not as intimidating as it seems at first, because an inspector's job is to point out like every single thing that's wrong with a house. And sometimes that list can scare buyers away, and you help put that in perspective. But in a new build, the builder's job is to fix anything in an inspection. And so you don't have to go through the negotiation process with the sellers to see what they're going to fix and what you are gonna have to fix on your own. So it's just like a much more streamlined, lower stress experience for the most part.
Yeah, it is very much lower stress experience, but it is a longer process. Buying a new build that's just starting out with just ground, just dirt, it's gonna be typically about a 6-month process. I gotta say, if I was to buy one of these, I would definitely wanna buy one that was starting at the ground level. You just got a little bit more pick of the lot, and you can go through the whole process. You get to pick out all of your tile, your carpet, your flooring, the lights. You get to really go through that whole process. If I was representing you as your buyer's agent, I'd be right there kind of every step of the way, help to be able to kind of advise you through that process, which is just nice to have, especially if you don't live here, someone that's here local, kind of help guiding you through that process.
I think choosing the site is huge. Like the location in a community is going to affect your view. Right now we're actually walking down a green belt. These residences behind us just have a view of the forest and the green belt. And then a lot of these more master plan communities may have kids playground or multiple playgrounds, other amenities, and you might want to choose how close you are to those.
Yeah, I've looked at a couple of them that are up over here that kind of look over the green belt. This green belt goes around to the back of these homes here that we're getting a little closer to. And some people really value that, having that green belt behind them so they're not looking into a neighbor. With new homes, they are a little closer built together, and you can kind of see that. There's not as much space between the homes, say as older homes. And some of them, you have a lot of a grade too in the backyard, and others can be a lot flatter, like some of these way over there at the end, it's gonna be more of a flat backyard, so not much of a grade. So it really just depends on kind of what you're looking for. Do you need a backyard that's usable, or are you kind of looking more for having those views. So they're kind of priced accordingly, but that's why I think like if you kind of get in early, you have a little bit more of the pick, you know, if you can go through that 6-month process.
Yeah. And then talk a little bit more about some of the features in these newer homes. What differentiates these from an older home?
Yeah, so a new construction home is way more energy efficient. From the windows, you're gonna have higher grade insulation, you're gonna have lower energy consumption for your appliances. Even the HVAC system is gonna be way more energy efficient. That's pretty amazing what they can do these days. These new build homes are very, very airtight. Their HVAC has a system where they have to pull in fresh air like every hour to then circulate in the house because they're so well built and so well insulated, which results in lower monthly utility bills.
Good for the environment and good for your finances.
Yeah.
And then also they're gonna have state-of-the-art smart technology in the home.
Yep.
Thermostat and your lighting and all of that is going to just be higher tech.
Yep,
which appeals to a
exactly.
lot of people, makes it easier and more convenient to use.
And they're gonna be just wired a lot smarter as well. So if you want Ethernet in all your rooms, like a hardwired Ethernet, you can have that. You know, if you want a certain amount of plugs in your garage, you can have that. If you want to have a plug in your garage for a backup generator, they can do that. You're gonna have your garage door opener is gonna be wireless, so you can connect that to an app in your phone. You're gonna be able to connect your thermostat to an app in your phone to be able to control all that. And one of the other huge benefits to new constructions as well is a home warranty. So the new construction here in Oregon, it's Oregon law. The builder has to provide you with, it's basically like a bumper to bumper full 1-year warranty. So if anything goes wrong with the house, even down to like, you know, something breaking, something chipping, you know, something getting scratched, builder is gonna cover those items, especially if it's, you know, mechanicals or anything like that. But even comes down to the small things. If you get kind of wear and tear on them where they should have lasted longer, the builder is gonna go ahead and take care of that. And the nice thing about being in this master plan community is the builder's already here on site building other homes.
They have the crew, they have the...
They're all there. So they're really good about, you know, going in there and taking care of those items. Now, every builder is a little bit different, has different reputation. So go ahead and reach out to me. There's about 6 different builders that are building in Portland right now, in Southwest Portland and in Northwest Portland and like Hillsboro further out west. So go ahead and reach out to me and I can share those builders and some of those other home sites with you guys.
And that's really speaking to 6 builders that are building these more master planned developments.
Right.
There are, of course, opportunities to build a new build home with more of a custom home builder in an established neighborhood.
Yep.
And that's just gonna be a different experience, a different price point. Those opportunities do exist, but really today we're talking more about these vast new build communities.
Yep, these master plan communities where you can really take advantage of the price for getting a brand new home versus the cost of buying a home, say in Portland or Southwest in the suburbs, where it's going to be a lot older. So if just idea of new construction and not having to worry about repairs sounds good to you, go ahead and reach out and I'd love to connect with you guys and give you a little bit more information. If you guys enjoyed this one, check out the next one coming up right now.